Happy Lent. You know, for years people would always ask me, Father, what are you giving up for Lent this year? I most always would say the same thing. I'm giving up peace and quiet. Parish life always would pick up during Lent. There would be 2 or 3 nights a week would be in other parishes doing penance services, or there'd be retreats or parish missions, getting people ready for sacraments of initiation, and then all the devotions with Stations of the Cross and the fun things like fish fries. And Lent would be a time just got really busy. So I used to say, I'm giving up peace and quiet for Lent. But then last year came COVID, and peace and quiet came in abundance. And I remember just how, how sad and lonely last Easter was when we celebrate those huge sacraments of the year, those huge liturgies of the year, with 2 people in the church and somebody with a camera. Thank God some of that is behind us now. And we'll celebrate Easter this year with at least some people inside the church. So I don't have to give up peace and quiet as much, because some of that is picking back up. But this year I am a senior priest. So I've got peace and quiet still as part of my life. One of the things that was different this year is when Ash Wednesday rolled around, I realized I'm 65. I don't have to fast. I don't have to fast. So Ash Wednesday, I got to eat for those who can't. And I've never found really that for me that giving up dietary stuff really worked well. Probably because most of the time I was giving up for the wrong reasons, because hoping I could lose a little weight, and it wasn't so that I could draw closer to God. And I also found out that it came back with a vengeance. So if I were to give up Reese's peanut butter cups for Lent, that usually meant on Good Friday, I was going to go to the store, buy one of those big bags of the Easter eggs, so that'd be already Easter Sunday. And on Easter Sunday, it'd have that big burn going on from just eating all those eggs. And then the weight I wanted to lose would be right back. So I never found that dietary stuff worked that well for me, probably because I was not well motivated. So for a while, I tried to do things. I'm going to change some behaviors. I'm going to become more patient. I'm going to be less judgmental. I want to be more merciful and generous and forgiving. And I thought, that's something you probably ought to be doing all the time and not just for 40 days. And if you do it all the time, then you might grow closer to God. So what I have found for the last couple of years that's working well for me, and I'm doing again this year, is I've given up my radio stations. You know, I love the 70s and 80s. I'm that old. So instead, I now put on only the Catholic channels. For some years, there was only one channel on Sirius, the Catholic channel. Now EWTN's on there. And even better is this year, the diocesan radio station is live, 100.5 on the FM. So I find that if I put on the Catholic stations as I'm driving, then I'm bringing at least God conversations in, and I'm hearing people talk about faith and applying faith to our everyday lives. So that helps me to draw closer to God. It makes me hunger for the 70s and 80s too. So sitting out in this gorgeous weather, it's sure a sign that Easter is almost here. We only have a few weeks left. So I hope you get to use these last weeks well, and whatever you're doing, that whatever your motivation for it is, then when we get to Easter, we'll all find ourselves closer to God and closer to that glory of the new life that His Son has promised us. So happy Easter. Keep at it.